they will revolt with anger, with merciless anger. There'll be blood running in the streets. When the government turns tyrannical, it is your duty to overthrow it.
Well, why not use Gandhi's way? He didn't have any guns, and he beat the British Empire.
I'm not familiar with that.
Oscoda has a bad habit of raising psychos. Bad habit of it.
This is Brent, and this is his buddy DJ. They live in Oscoda, Michigan, across the bay from the Nichols farm. Eric Harris, who would later go on to commit the massacre at Columbine High School in Colorado, spent part of his childhood here. Eric lived on the Air Force Base in Oscoda, where his dad flew planes during the Gulf War. 20% of all the bombs dropped in that war were from planes that took off from Oscoda. I asked Brent if he remembered anything about Eric.
I never knew him, but I knew of him. He left here before I got here. I've only lived here, like I said, about 7 years off and on.
He's about the same age as you, so you must have people in your class that...
Yeah, like a friend of mine, he knows him. He was in class with him. He's lived up here all of his life.
I went to school with him, and it shocked me to hear it on the news. You know, that especially a kid from here would be doing that.
I didn't last too long in this high school up here. I got kicked out. I got expelled.
Why was that?
I had a run-in with a kid one time, and I pulled a weapon on him. I pulled a gun on him.
A gun?
Yeah.
What kind of gun?
9mm. I could have made a mess out of that situation.
Could have been worse.
Could have been a lot worse.
You could have been Eric Harris.
It could have been.
So they kicked you out of school?
Yeah, they kicked me out for 380 days, or 165 days, whatever a full school year is.
Matter of fact, for the longest time, that's what my plans was, is to move out to Colorado.
Colorado?
Because I've got, family out there. And matter of fact, one of my uncles is a janitor for Columbine School.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, after Columbine, what was it like here in Oscoda?
My name was second highest on the bomb list because of the reputation you get in this town.
Why? Why was your name... You mean they did a list of...
Of the suspects.
Of students who potentially...
Yeah.
Would call in a bomb threat
Yes.
after Columbine? And you were number 2 on the list?
I was pretty much, I was like second or third on the list, yeah.
Why is that?
Because the whole fact is, like I said, this town really gets people down.
Yeah, but why did they single you out?
Because I was a troubled kid. And,
Were you in trouble in school?
Oh, yeah.
But why did they put you, number 2, on their list after Columbine of the students that could be a threat? There must be a reason.
Well, okay. The thing is I have a thing, it's called the Anarchist Cookbook. It shows you how to make bombs and stuff like that in it. If there's anything that went wrong, they're gonna come to me first, and I don't need that.
Just because you owned a copy of the book?
Just because I own a copy.
Never made a bomb yourself?
Nope. Oh, as in I've made them. It was nothing big. It wasn't even as big as a pipe bomb. It just, like something, make it like a little tennis ball bomb or something like that. Out of the Anarchist Cookbook, the latest thing I built, I think would have to be, I think I made it like about a good 5-gallon drum of napalm. Homemade napalm.
Kids knew that you were doing this?
Yeah.
So you were number 2 then on the list?
Right.
Who was number 1?
I don't know. They never told me that name, which kind of made me mad.
Because you didn't make it to number 1?
Because I didn't make it to number 1. I know it's kind of silly, but, I guess it had been kind of like an ego thing there, knowing that I was a number 1 at something in Oscoda, even though if it was the bomb threat list.
Do you believe it was right to blow up the building in Oklahoma City? I'm not saying they did it. I'm just saying, was it right?
Why was it blown up? That's a good question. Why was that building blown up? And who blew it up?
But if someone did it, it would be wrong.
Yeah.
It is wrong to take the lives of those people.
Yeah. I use the pen because the pen is mightier than the sword. But you always must keep a sword handy for when the pen fails. I sleep with a .44 Magnum under my pillow.
Come on. That's what everyone says. Is that true?
It's true.
If we were to go and
the whole world knows that.
If we were to go and look under your pillow right now, would we see a .44 Magnum?
Yeah.
Honestly? Would you take us and show us right now?
He took me into his bedroom, but told the cameraman to stay out. Sure enough, there was a .44 Magnum under his pillow.
There it is, okay. Is it loaded?
Ay, ay, ay.
Okay, I believe you. Don't do that. No, don't do that. Put the gun to your head. Jeez.
I'm not gonna get hurt.
This thing is loaded.
It's loaded. It's safe. You've got to pull the trigger or pull the hammer and shoot it.
Put the hammer back.
No one has a right to tell me that I can't have it. That is protected under our Constitution.
Where does it say a handgun is protected?
No, gun. We should, every
citizen. It doesn't say
citizen
gun. It says arms.
What is arms?
It could be a nuclear weapon.
That's right. It could be a nuclear weapon.
Do you think you should have the right to have weapons-grade plutonium here on the farm?
We should be able to have anything.
Should you have weapons-grade plutonium?
I don't want it.
But should you have the right to have it if you did want it?
That should be restricted.
Oh, so you do believe in some restrictions?
Well, there's wackos out there.
Happiness is a warm gun.
The town of Virgin, Utah has passed a law requiring all residents to own guns.
McWilliams proudly displays the target he used to pass his shooting test. But the thing is, he can't see it. He's blind. Kerry has had a love affair with guns since he first got his hands on an M16 as a teenager.
I'm actually most comfortable with assault rifles.
This is a great place to raise your children. Really great place to raise your kids. Very close-knit community we have here. Everybody looks out for everybody.
Good people.
Good people.
This just happens to be a place where two young men made very bad, very wrong decisions, and there has been international notoriety as a result of it. Other than that, I don't know that Littleton is a lot different than a whole lot of other suburban communities.
Good morning, Mr. Edwards, members of the board. I'd like to report that I found the perfect location for our new corporate office, South Metro Denver. You can see, I don't need these, because South Metro Denver has about the same amount of sunshine and precipitation as Southern California. It's so incredible. You're just going to have to see it for yourselves. How's this look, Mr. Edwards?
We're south of Denver in a community called Littleton. And this house is pretty much your average middle-class suburban home. The burglar, the rapist is still here in the neighborhood somewhere. And so citizens sometimes think that you know, I have people tell me all the time, well...
Where exactly is the burglar or rapist right now? If I was to try and stab you through this, right here, you're gonna have to be really close. Right.
And here's the bottom line on this.
What if I had a spear?
Now, downstairs is where the safe room was constructed, and this is a solid core door, very heavy door. And now the criminal has to break through this door. So you've created another barrier.
An axe would do it.
An axe would do it. I think that a couple things, Columbine did a couple things. One is it changed how we talk. That's the first thing. Because,
how's that?
Well, for instance, if I say Columbine, everybody knows what it means. Mm-hmm. I don't have to explain to you that Columbine
is a what? What's wrong?
Yeah, nothing.
What's wrong?
I just sometimes Columbine bothers me. I'll be fine. Just
how is it? That's okay. It's okay.
There's something overwhelming about that kind of viciousness, that kind of predatory action, that kind of indiscriminate killing.
This facility where we're located right now and two other major facilities where our employees work are either in or very near Littleton. So we have over 5,000 employees at these facilities, quite a number of whom live in Littleton. many of whom have children who attend Columbine High School. I suppose in one way you could say that what happened at Columbine High School is a microcosm of what happens throughout the world.
You know the signs that we see around here, you know, the ones that say, "We are Columbine"? Is that how you, Lockheed Martin, feels that you know, you're the biggest employer here in Littleton, you're the biggest weapons maker, we are Columbine?
I think we probably embody that spirit that, yeah, we're all members of this community, and it behooves us to help one another and to reach out to assist one another, yeah.
He told us that no one in Littleton, including the executives at Lockheed, could figure out why the boys at Columbine had resorted to violence.
Why would kids do this? Some of the root of that probably has to do with their anger about various issues, and we became aware of a program that provides anger management training. And so we made a $100,000 contribution to the Jefferson County schools to use this training. In the schools, we hope to help both teachers and students learn alternative ways to deal with anger.
So you don't think our kids say to themselves, well, gee, you know, Dad goes off to the factory every day and, you know, he built missiles. These were weapons of mass destruction. Well, what's the difference between that mass destruction and the mass destruction over at Columbine High School?
I guess I don't see that connection with that specific connection, because the missiles that you're talking about were built and designed to defend us from somebody else who would be aggressors against us. Societies and countries and governments do things that annoy one another, but we have to learn to deal with that annoyance or that anger or that frustration in appropriate ways. We don't get irritated with somebody and just because we're mad at them, drop a bomb or shoot at them or fire a missile at them.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I ever knew. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think